Isn't it strange how you can be in a room full of people but still feel completely alone? You're physically there, but something just feels off. You suddenly notice that you're not laughing the way that you used to. The conversations start to feel forced. After hanging out with them, you suddenly feel drained rather than recharged. And you're like, what's happening? And then you realize these aren't your people anymore. And if that sounds like you, then this might be your sign that you've outgrown them already. Because lately, I've also been feeling that same dissonance with people, places, and even routines. If you're in that in-between space too, then this video is for you. You're going to be unpacking that uncomfortable, messy feeling, the disconnection, the guilt, the confusion that comes with outgrowing certain dynamics or people or anything. Signs that it's time to let go and how to move forward with grace. Let's sit in these messy feelings together one step at a time and just figure it out. Hi, I'm Trixie and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things self-development and spirituality to help you become your best and brightest self. So I know how you're feeling. Something just feels off and you can't quite put your finger on it. After hanging out with this person or this group, start noticing that shift. There is an energetic shift in the dynamic and it just doesn't feel good. First, you just brush it off. Maybe I'm tired. This is nothing. But then it happens again and again and again. Suddenly, you can't ignore it anymore. That's where it starts. Why am I feeling this way? Nothing's wrong. Like, this person hasn't done anything to me. Like, why am I thinking this way? Girl, sometimes your body knows before your mind catches up. Please don't guilt yourself for having that off feeling. You're not a bad person. That feeling, that's just your intuition, okay, that gut feeling, and it's trying to tell you something. And the more that you try to brush it off, the more you're going to see the same signs, and the more it's going to get louder, and you have no choice but to face it. Because you're going to have to face the truth. The truth is, the vibes are not vibing anymore. And that's sad, because now it feels lonely. They're acting like everything's still the same when you know that everything has changed. You know it's not the same anymore. That's the messy part. That's the grief, the sadness that comes with realizing that you're not the same version of you who used to feel safe, who used to feel seen, who used to feel very comfortable around them. You're just not that person anymore. Maybe what you're really grieving is you, the old you. So in this video, we are going to be unpacking all of that. So what are the signs that you've outgrown someone? First is that the relationship feels one-sided. You find yourself always listening, always the one holding space, always the one giving advice while they rarely check in on you. Suddenly, you've become the therapist or the emotional sponge, constantly absorbing everything, all their problems, but you're not releasing, you're not unloading anything for yourself. It's not a two-way street anymore. You give more than you take. It's starting to wear you down. Second sign, the conversations, it feels shallow or repetitive. If you only ever talk about one thing, that could be gossip, boys, drama, and without that, it's just silence. What happened to friendships that talk about like the most random things? What happened that day? It's not just all about problems and giving advice. Okay, what happened to talking about anything, like random things? What have you been trying lately? Like anything. Like it's just not falling on those same things over and over again. Third sign, you don't feel safe being vulnerable. You start to hold back when it comes to sharing things about yourself. Not because you don't have things to say, you have a lot of things to say, but because it just feels off sharing. You question if they'll really understand or if they'll even care. Or maybe they'll just bring back the conversation back to themselves. So you just keep it in, whatever that is. You just become that sponge. So you stop showing up fully and you stop showing up as your true, complete self. It suddenly feels like an obligation. Suddenly feels like, okay, I have to listen to this person. I have to give this person advice. I have to help this person with their problems. The relationship starts to feel more like an obligation rather than an actual connection. Fourth sign is notice how you feel after being around them. Instead of feeling uplifted, you now feel drained. Instead of looking forward to the next hangout, you are dreading it already. There's a heaviness there that lingers, and it's not random. That is your soul speaking. That is a sign that you've outgrown the dynamic. And even if your mind isn't ready to admit that yet, deep down, you already know. Once you do, the real question becomes, what now? What am I even gonna do with that truth? Back when I was a freshman in college, I used to be part of this sort of popular friend group in my block. I vibed with them for sure initially, but then I started noticing some red flags in the dynamic. All we did was drink, even during school hours. We barely focused on our studies during that time. Some of them would talk behind people's backs. Deep down, I felt like I was also probably being talked about as well because, again, gossip, that's all we talked about. Drama, gossip. It was all very shallow. I felt like I couldn't fully be me. I felt like I was just performing to fit in, just editing my whole personality. And eventually, I realized that it's not for me. So I just started pulling away. I stopped hanging out with them. I enlisted in different classes, started spending time with a new group. Honestly, I have never regretted that decision. I was in the same boat as you, and it's hard. Okay, because what am I gonna do with this information now? It's like everything has changed. Feel like the bad guy for leaving or having these feelings. Girl, you have to do it for you. Because the more you fake, the more you please, the more you just smile through it and pretend like nothing's wrong, the more you abandon yourself. It doesn't have to be a full-blown dramatic conversation, confrontation, whatever your style is. It doesn't have to be like that. Sometimes it's quiet. You'll just find yourself, like how I did, naturally keeping your distance. Slowly, almost without realizing it, okay? You unconsciously do that already. If you're the type to be honest, if you're the type who wants closure, go ahead. Even just pulling away quietly, that's you taking your power back. And you don't have to cut them off completely. Like, it's not like I'm gonna burn this bridge immediately. No. You're just gently withdrawing your energy. Okay, the same energy that you used to give so freely because you cared so much. Yes, it's lonely. Yes, you will grieve, but it's the right thing to do. Honestly, I just want to give you the biggest hug right now. I know that you're not alone in this. I'm also feeling this as well. The guilt that comes with evolution. Wow, big word, but it's true. It just hits you, that realization. Because you are evolving, you are growing, you are maturing. These people, they reflected old versions of you. Sadly, those versions of you don't align anymore to the person that you're becoming. I'm here for you, and this video, this is your sign that it's time. And I hope that you found the reassurance, confirmation that you needed. You're not crazy. You're being true to yourself. And that is it. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.